increased wingspan by 16 feet, 4.9 m, increased the wing area by 25%, which also increased total fuel capacity by 30%. New quieter and more fuel-efficient CFM56-7B engines are used. 35 higher MTOWs are offered. The 737 includes redesigned vertical stabilizers, and winglets are available on most models. 36 The 737 encompasses the -600, -700, -800, and -900 with improved performance and commonality retained from previous 737 models. The wing, engine, and fuel capacity improvements combined increase the 737's range by 900 mi, 1,700 kilometers, to over 3,000 mi, 5,600 kilometers. 37. Permitting transcontinental service. 38. Planform view of 737 showing the 25% larger and 16 feet, 4.9 m, wider wing compared to the 737 classic Boeing 737-800 glass cockpit. The speed trim system, introduced on the 737 classic, has been updated for the 737 to include a stall identification function. Originally inhibited in high alpha scenarios, STS operates at any speed on the 737. STS is triggered by a speed sensor and commands airplane nose down as the airplane slows down. 39. Interior. The flight deck was upgraded with modern avionics, and passenger cabin improvements similar to those on the Boeing 777, including more curved surfaces and larger overhead bins than previous generation 737s. The next generation 737 interior was also adopted on the Boeing 757-300. 40. This improved on the previous interior of the Boeing 757-200 and Boeing 737 classic variants. The new interior became optional on the 757-200. In 2010, new interior options for the 737 included the 787-style Boeing Sky Interior. 11. It introduced new pivoting overhead bins, a first for a Boeing narrow-body aircraft, new sidewalls, new passenger service units, and LED mood lighting. Boeing's newer space bins can carry 50% more than the pivoting bins, thus allowing a 737-800 to hold 174 carry-on bags. 41. Boeing also offered it as a retrofit for older 737 aircraft. 42. Variants. 737-600. The 737-600 is the shortest at 102 foot 6 in, 31.24 m. SAS received the first in September 1998. The 737-600 was launched by SAS in March 1995, with the first aircraft delivered in September 1998. 43. A total of 69 have been produced, with the last aircraft delivered to WestJet in 2006. 3. Boeing displayed the 737-600 in its price list until August 2012. 44. The 737-600 replaces the 737-500 and is similar to the Airbus A318. Winglets were not an option. 45. WestJet was to launch the -600 with winglets, but dropped them in 2006. 737-700. The 737-700 is 110 feet 4 in, 33.63 m, long and has a single overwing exit per side, Southwest Airlines took delivery of the first one in December 1997. In November 1993, Southwest Airlines launched the Next Generation program with an order for 63 737-700s and took delivery of the first one in December 1997. 1. It replaced the 737-300. Typically seating 126 passengers in two classes to 149 in all economy configuration. Similar to the Airbus A319. In long-range cruise, it burns 4,440 pound, 2,010 kilograms, per hour. At Mach 0.785, 450 kn, 834 kilometers per hour, and floor 410 increasing to 4,6 24,752 pound, 2,096 2,155 kilograms, at Mach 0.80 Mach 0.82, 459 470 kn, 850 871 kilometers per hour. 46. As of July 2018, all -700 series on order, 1,128-700, 120-700 BBJ, 20-700C, and 14-700W aircraft, have been delivered. 3. By June 2018 around 1,000 were in service, half of them with Southwest Airlines, followed by WestJet with 56 and United Airlines with 39. The value of a new -700 stayed around $35 million from 2008 to 2018. A 2003 aircraft was valued for $15.5 million in 2016 and $12 million in 2018 and will be scrapped for $6 million by 2023. 47. The 737-700C is a convertible version where the seats can be removed to carry cargo instead. There is a large door on the left side of the aircraft. The United States Navy was the launch customer for the 737-700C under the military designation C-40 Clipper. 48. 737-700. Boeing launched the 737-700 extended range on the 31st of January 2006, with All Nippon Airways as the launch customer. Inspired by the Boeing business jet, it features the fuselage of the 737-700 and the wings and landing gear of 737-800. When outfitted with 9 auxiliary fuel tanks, it can hold 10,707 gallons, 40,530 L, of fuel with a 171,000 pound, 77,565 kilograms, tow, but with a cargo payload capacity significantly decreased from 966 to 165 cubic feet, 27.4 to 4.7 cubic meters, trading payload for increased range. 49. The first was delivered on the 16th of February, 2007, to ANA with 24 business class and 24 premium economy seats only. A 737-700 can typically accommodate 126 passengers in 2 classes. 50. It is similar to the Airbus A319LR. 737-800. The 129 feet 6 in, 39.47 m, long 737-800 has 2 overwing exits on each side. Hapag-Lloyd received the first in April 1998. The Boeing 737-800 is a stretched version of the 737-700. It replaced the 737-400. The Boeing 737-800 competes primarily with the Airbus A320. The 737-800 seats 162 passengers in a two-class layout or 189 passengers in a one-class layout. The 737-800 was launched on September 5, 1994. For launch customer Hapag-Lloyd Flug, now TUI Fly Deutschland, received the first one in April 1998. 51. Following Boeing's merger with McDonnell Douglas, the 737-800 also filled the gap left by Boeing's decision to discontinue the McDonnell Douglas MD-80 and MD-90 aircraft. For many airlines in the U.S., the 737-800 replaced aging Boeing 727-200 trijets. The 737-800 burns 850 U.S. gallons, 3,200 L, of jet fuel per hour, about 80% of the fuel used by an MD-80 on a comparable flight, while carrying more passengers. 52. The Airline Monitor, an industry publication, quotes a 737-800 fuel burn of 4.88 U.S. gal, 18.5 L, per seat per hour, compared to 5.13 U.S. gal, 19.4 L, for the A320. 53. In 2011, United Airlines flying a Boeing 737-800 from Houston to Chicago operated the first U.S. commercial flight powered by a blend of algae-derived biofuel and traditional jet fuel to reduce its carbon footprint. 54. In early 2017, a new 737-800 was valued at $48.3 million, falling to below $47 million by mid-2018. 55. By 2025, a 17-year-old 737-800W will be worth $9.5 million and leased for $140,000 per month. 56. As of May 2019, Boeing had delivered 4,979 737-800s, 116 737-800s, and 21 737-800 BBJ2s, and has 12 737-800 unfilled orders. 3. The 737-800 is the best-selling variant of the 737 and is the most widely used narrow-body aircraft. 57. Ryanair, an Irish low-cost airline, is among the largest operators of the Boeing 737-800, with a fleet of over 400 of the -800 variant serving routes across Europe, Middle East, and North Africa. 58. 737-800 BCF. The first 737-800 BCF Boeing converted freighter was delivered to West Atlantic in April 2018. In February 2016, Boeing launched a passenger-to-freighter conversion program, with converted aircraft designated as 737-800 BCF, for Boeing converted freighter. Boeing started the program with orders for 55 conversions, with the first converted aircraft due for late 2017 delivery. 59. The first converted aircraft was delivered to West Atlantic in April 2018. 60. At the 2018 Farnborough Air Show, CHCAS announced an agreement for 20 firm orders and 15 option orders for the 737-800 BCF, raising the commitment to 50 aircraft. Total orders and commitments include 80 aircraft to over half a dozen customers. 61. Since early 737 aircraft become available on the market, they have been actively marketed to be converted to cargo planes via the Boeing converted freighter design because the operational economics are attractive due to the low operating costs and availability of certified pilots on a robust airframe. Modifications to the 737-800 airframe include installing a large cargo door, a cargo handling system, and Additional accommodations for non-flying crew or passengers. 61. The aircraft is designed to fly up to 1,995 mi, 3,695 kilometers, at a tow of 174,100 pound, 79,000 kilograms. 62. 737-800 SF. In 2015, Boeing launched the 737-800 SF passenger-to-freighter conversion program with Aeronautical Engineers Inc., AEI. The conversion can be completed by AEI or third parties such as HECO. JCAS was the initial customer. It has a 52,800 pound, 23.9 tons, payload capacity, and a range of 2,000 mi, 3,750 kilometers. 63. It received its supplemental type certificate from the FAA in early 2019. 64. In March 2019, the first AEI converted aircraft was delivered to Ethiopian Airlines on lease from JCAS. 65. The Civil Aviation Administration of China cleared it in January 2020. 66. Aircraft lessor Macquarie Airfinance ordered 4 737-800 SFs in March 2021. 67. 737-900. Stretched to 138 feet 2 in, 42.11 m, and keeping the double overwinge exits. The first 737-900 was delivered to Alaska Airlines on the 15th of May, 2001. Boeing later introduced the 737-900, an even longer variant stretched to 138 feet 2 in, 42.11 m. Because the 900 retains same exit configuration of the 800, seating capacity is limited to 189, although aircraft equipped with a typical two-class layout will seat approximately 177. The 737-900 also retains the tow and fuel capacity of the 800, trading range for payload. Alaska Airlines launched the 737-900 in 1997. The 737-900 made its first flight on the 3rd of August, 2000, and Alaska Airlines accepted the delivery on the 15th of May, 2001. The type proved unpopular, with only 52 delivered, before being replaced by the improved 737-900. 3. 737-900. The 737-900 features an X-ray door aft of the wing. Lion Air received its first one on the 27th of April, 2007. The 737-900 extended range, which was called the 737-900X before launch, was the final and largest variant of the Boeing 737 line. It was introduced to fill the range and passenger capacity gap in Boeing's product offerings after the 757-200 was discontinued, address the shortcomings of the 737-900, and to directly compete with the Airbus A321. Up to 2 auxiliary fuel tanks in the cargo hold and standard winglets improved the range of the stretched jet to that of the 737 variants, while an additional pair of exit doors and a flat rear pressure bulkhead increased maximum seating capacity to 220 passengers. 68. 69. Airlines may deactivate, plug, the additional exit doors if the total configured capacity of the plane is 189 passengers or less. 69. The first 737-900 was rolled out of the Renton, Washington, factory on the 8th of August, 2006, for its launch customer, Lion Air, an Indonesian low-cost airline. The airline received this aircraft on the 27th of April, 2007, in a special dual paint scheme combining Lion Air's logo on the vertical stabilizer and Boeing's livery colors on the fuselage. A total of 505-900 ES were delivered. 3. Military models. Airborne early warning and control with the Boeing 737 AEW and C. Boeing 737 AEW and C. The Boeing 737 AEW and C is a 737-700 IGW rough